Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Running with country bass, country bass. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Running with country bass, country bass. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Running with country bass, country bass. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Running with country bass, country bass. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Running with country bass, country bass.
What's going on, everybody? Bitcoin Chris checking in yet again. All right, I had to make sure we were streaming live. We was good. I hope you guys are having a great day. Happy Sunday. If you woke up this morning, you're blessed. If you're tuned in on X, hit that like button for me, retweet. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that like, share, subscribe. I need my subscribers to get up there, so if you can, please go subscribe. You know, clicking a button really. Whoa, whoa. What's going on with this camera? Okay, see, this camera's acting crazy. This camera's acting. What's up with this camera, guys? My camera acting crazy. What I'm gonna do is this. Let me reset this app because it's acting crazy. Okay, so let me let me get this fixed because this is acting crazy. Hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Forgive me for the technical difficulties here. I've been trying to figure out why the camera keeps switching, but that's okay. We're going to jump into the Bitcoin price, of course. Today, we're going to read from the Bill of Exchange Act because I don't know if you guys know, but your bills are in the positive, and there's something that I think everybody should learn about. Um, and the path that I've been on, which is learning about, being a national, which I've been tweeting about, and, the UCC codes and just law. If we don't read any of this stuff, then we're not going to know, what's going on. If you don't read anything and know about your rights, this is why people get in so much trouble because they don't know their rights. And just because your rights are violated, you know, if you don't know what to do in that situation, then, you know, then you're SOL, right? So instead of you being SOL, right, and instead of you being uninformed, and instead of you living the same way that you've been living, it is time to change by simply learning. And this phone is dying. By simply learning what's going on and applying the information to benefit you and your family. So what I'm going to do is, because this phone is dying, I'm going to have to switch. So let me tell you guys about this particular setup here. This is an anamorphic lens. In my free time, because I have a lot of free time, I like to record and I like to you know try to make little movies and stuff, because this is an anamorphic lens. This is the lens that they use in movies and stuff. So if you see that little blue line, they have a gold one where you have a gold line anytime there's like lights. So it's very cinematic. So this is it's called an anamorphic lens, and this is what I've been using to shoot my videos on and even stream on, and it makes it just the production value goes up so much more. And the laptop cameras, what you're looking at me on now, it just looks um, so crappy. So I'm going to switch the case, because this is a case that holds this anamorphic lens, and it's very heavy, or it's very big, as you can see. And I use my gimbal to hold it up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch that for you. Just information I want you guys to know, maybe maybe you would like to, maybe you would like to, maybe you would like to, step your production game up, and all you have to do is go look up this anamorphic lens and, go buy it, and, you know, get the case to hold it and shoot your content that way. Very dope. So because I have two phones, I'm able to, switch phones. So let me do that now. In the meantime, in between time, we're going to be reading from the Bill Exchange Act. We are going to check out what the law says, because, we can say whatever we want to say, and we can, we can try to operate out of the system and out of law, but at the end of the day, the law is what matters. We're going to jump into ChatGPT and see what ChatGPT says about the Bill of Exchange Act and how this whole thing works with bills. We're not going to jump into the sovereign and being a national, because that's not what this live is about, but I've been tweeting about that for a while now. So if you're interested in learning that, I would highly recommend that you go on YouTube and, look up some of these terms, um, and, get on that rabbit hole. Just like Bitcoin, if you're a Bitcoiner, you should be a U.S. national and not a U.S. citizen, because as a U.S. citizen, you are subject to taxes and other jurisdictional BS that are it's really not in favor of you. This is why when you go to Texas, they call themselves Texans. They're not U.S. citizens. This is why when you go to Florida or New York, they're called New Yorkers. If you're in Florida, we call ourselves Floridians. That is your nationality.
I haven't been on, you know, Twitter too much because every time I log on to Twitter, there is a bunch of racial tension. There's a bunch of political tension. Um, and I really don't be watching all that stuff. I don't know why it always pops up on my timeline. Um, Especially since I always, is that better? All right, that's looking way better. Okay, cool. Especially since I don't care about who you are. Okay, let's just turn that down. Cool. Especially since I don't care what color you are. I don't care about any of that stuff, right? I care about, if you're a good person or not. And you should be judged by your character and not your skin color. There's bad people in all races, and race is a facade as well. We already talked about this. There's only one race, the human race. And, I'm not going to get into all that here because this is not the live for that. What this is the live for is about the bill of exchange and about Bitcoin. And I just don't like being on Twitter looking at all this BS and nonsense. I feel like they try to poison your brain with the nonsense that really is not beneficial to you. So I would prefer to spend my time reading or doing other things that are more productive than to be on YouTube. I'm sorry, to be on X, um, dealing with people who are just so close minded. So let's see if we can get this video fixed, this camera fixed, and then we can jump right into the Bitcoin price, the Bitcoin price, the Bitcoin price. All right, there it is. Yo, why does it continue to do that? I've never had this happen.
You see how much better that looks? You see how it's a wide angle lens, and do you see how you probably can see I don't have any lights facing this way, but this camera is much better. I love this camera. I love this lens. Shout out to Freewell and the animal with the lens, and yeah. Anyway, so make sure you head over to swanbitcoin.com/Bitcoin Chris. Get your $10 for your Bitcoin if you're interested in stacking up some Bitcoin. That's the best place to do so. There's River, there's Cash App. I highly recommend you guys to stack your Bitcoin on Cash App. Also, make sure you guys get your Fold card. Boop, wrong side. Got it. Yeah. Boop. Scan that QR code right there and get your Fold card, because if you're going to pay your bills anyway, oh my God, every time I think about bills now, I think about the Bill of Exchange Act, which we're going to talk about here in just a moment. But if you're going to pay bills anyway, then you might as well use the Fold card to get Bitcoin back. If you like to travel, then obviously we talked about in the previous lives, the credit cards you can use to travel for free, fly for free, etc., etc. So, with that being said, let's jump into the Bitcoin price, the Bitcoin price, the Bitcoin price. We have been dealing with the Bitcoin price acting a little crazy lately, or at least a little, here we are, at least a little volatile to say the least. Let me make sure that you guys can see as well. How come I'm not up? There I am. All right. This is the same drawings and notifications and alerts and all the stuff that I created in the video the other day. Did not change anything, um, but I did have a few levels that I'm looking at as far as whether we go up or down. But right now we're on the daily level, so what I want to do is zoom out as far back as we can. We're on the daily. Weekly, nothing has really changed much. We do have that thick black, aka red candle coming down. Again, dips are for buying, not for crying. Let me just clear all this up because it's looking real crazy. All right, cool. So here we are. We have top, one top, two top, three top, down. So we have one bounce, wick down to 49, bounce. And now we're at 53,000. So like I said, really nothing has changed. If we're going to look at the 200 and 300-day moving averages, we can do so. However, I usually just look at the fib retracement levels, and you know, I'm not really trying to dive too deep into that on this live because this is not what we're going to be going over in this live. But if we just take the highs, the lows to the highs, we do have a $37,000 Bitcoin as far as Fibonacci retracements down to the 618 from the lows to the highs on the weekly time frame. So we do have alerts, like I said, at 40,000, 41. We have one at 45, 45, yep. And then we have one at 49. So these are levels of interest to be on the lookout for. So again, just make sure you're looking out for these levels. If Bitcoin gets down to 37,000, instead of crying like a little, you know, instead of crying, dips are for buying. It is a blessing for you to be able to get Bitcoin at these prices. So if it goes down lower, you need to be mindful of that and stop being a crybaby. If you bought the top, that's okay. Everybody buys the top. It's not about timing it. It's about being in the market for a long enough time and stacking your satoshis. You're supposed to stack no matter what the price is. 70,000 buy, 40,000 buy, 50,000 buy, 30,000 buy, 100,000 buy while you still can. So we're looking at the daily here, and let me just clear everything out. Daily, we are bouncing here at the support level of 52, 53,000. We could be creating a bear flag, but we shall see. But technically, this is a higher low. So that would be, you know, good. It's a good thing. But we're going to have to see how this plays out. So daily looking like we are, could be coming up, which we already talked about in previous videos. Let's look at the 4 hour here. All right, and then let's bring back our indicators, which, I don't like having too many indicators and drawings. But yeah, here we are. So based on the Fibonacci retracement for this, what did I do? What did I do? In the last video, I said high to low, which would be a pullback to the 618. Did we come up that high? No, we didn't. Cool. Looks like we're coming down, to be honest with you. However, we do have a green dot. So we shall see. Maybe we do come up to here. Remember, my level was here for a 55,000 for a retracement before heading lower. And then I also showed you guys that if we do come up in this area and then continue to head lower, remember I said my level was 44,000 for the next level if we lose these other levels. So be on the lookout for that. And then I also pulled fibs from, was it this high? What high is this? What high is this? Where did I pull that high from? Okay, I think it's from this high. Is it? Yeah, that high. So this high to this low, we are looking at 60,000, which I said I don't think we'll get, especially if we're on a downtrend. So I did go over this already in previous videos. Looks like we're still the same. 4 hour green dot, which is good. So be on the lookout for that. 2 hour green dot, which is good. Be on the lookout for that. But we are still looking like we did have a bullish engulfing 2 hours. So for the last 4 hours are coming down. I don't know, guys. It's not looking too good, to be honest with you. So just be on the lookout for a pullback further down. Again, I was expecting us to come up at least to hit these levels, but if we can't even pull back this high, it's looking real bearish. But we're going to see. Again, higher lows, which is great. You can draw a trend line here and start to begin to see if we bounce here. And I'll put an alert here if we lose that. All right, cool. So I'll also put an alert here once we pass this level. So alert for when we break this trend line, and an alert for when we break this level here at 54,000 with our with our original alert at 55,000. So that's Bitcoin price. Let's look at the DXY. I don't know if anything's changed since the last time that I was on here. Looks like we have a red dot. We have money flow in the red, aka black. So that's looking good for assets. However, as I explained in the previous video, this is where the DXY likes to bounce. So let's keep an eye on that. We also have a 4 hour green dot, not looking too good, but we could come up and then head back down. So we are going to have to watch for that. And then daily, red dot. So we need to head down lower for assets to continue to go up in value. So we're going to see how that plays out. And then the weekly, still red. So we're going to just have to watch this, have to watch this, have to watch this. All right, so that is your Bitcoin price updates. All right, so let's jump into CoinGlass. Where's my little bar? Liquidation, man. All right, I am always looking at the 30-day outlook for this particular data, for this particular chart. 30-day outlook over the main exchanges Bybit, OKX, and Binance. And then we have here liquidations for shorts, again, still at about 8 billion, a 7.83 at 63,000. Again, at 60,000, we'll see a lot of those liquidation cascading, which could, you know, initiate that short squeeze and head higher. So we're going to see how that goes. I think that'll probably start at about 55,000. Let's see where that would be. Yeah, we only have a billion at 55,000. So the higher we go, the more bears get liquidated. We do have 1.49 billion shorts liquidated at 46,000. So it looks like we have, some more bears to take out. Of course, we have a lot of bears to take out, and we have some more bulls to take out. So if you are trading, be careful. Again, we don't recommend that you trade. I don't recommend that you trade. I recommend that you just stack your Bitcoin and chill. And then that way, it doesn't matter what price Bitcoin's at because you're in it for the long term anyway. It's funny to see so many people still don't understand Bitcoin, still don't want to take time to understand Bitcoin, still think cash is king, and still are trading their hard earned time that they'll never get back for fiat, which is losing value daily. If you're trading and you're making a lot of money, cool, but over a longer, British Hodl actually talks about this. He says that rich people need Bitcoin more than um, quote unquote poor people. I don't agree with that statement. However, I think everybody needs Bitcoin, but I can see what he means because if you have more money, you have more to lose, right? And if you don't have any money, you really don't have anything to lose. So it's very important and imperative that no matter who you are, that you stack your Bitcoin. But I can understand if you're, and Michael Saylor explains this, right? You have an ice cube. It's like your money's like ice cube, right? If you have a whole ton of money losing value year after year, they're going to print more money year after year. Why would you keep it in fiat, right? We have a saying for those, and we call these people a specific thing. If you save in fiat, and that is poor. In the middle class, I don't know what's going on. Middle class is losing it, but here we are, 2024. I digress. So today, that is going to be the Bitcoin updates, the Bitcoin updates, the Bitcoin updates. So I definitely want to, before we jump into reading, because we need to read. There's going to be a lot of comments. There's going to be a lot of people that say a lot of stupid things per usual. And if you guys know Bitcoin Chris, aka me, right, Chris Knight, you know that I don't like to sugarcoat anything, right? And if you're soft and if you are, ignorant, my content's not for you. I don't want you watching the content. I don't need you watching the content. I'm here to keep it real with you and to explain to you, which I've been doing since 2021, the importance of Bitcoin and why you should save in Bitcoin and why, I just keep it real, guys. I keep it 100% with you guys, all the time. I drop free game. I tell you guys to fix your credit. I tell you guys why credit's important. I tell you guys about all these things, right? And so many people are ignorant to the fact about credit, especially the middle class and lower class, low vibrational beings, especially people that are stuck in their ways, right? If you are always stuck in the same, cycle, same system, you're not looking to learn anything, you're not reading any books, you're not on YouTube learning, then I don't have I don't want anything to do with that. You're not the ideal person that I'm looking to speak to, because I was once that person who didn't really care about information like that, didn't really care about money, didn't really care too much, and the camera is going crazy. Why are you doing this, camera? Yo, I'm about to smack this camera, yo. You see, every time I flip it around, it goes back, and then when I flip it back around, it goes back. See? Yo, what is wrong with you, camera? Settings. Let's go to settings. Let's go to video. Let's go to, let's try that one. Let's try a different camera. Lens. 1, 2, 3. All right. Can you not mess up for me? Thank you. All right. And there it is again, messing up. Doesn't matter. I'll just switch.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna read. I think I have said enough as far as who should be watching the content, who the content is for, and why it's important for you to understand that you need to open your mind, change your mindset, be better, learn, right? Just because you've probably been told credit is bad. You've probably been told all this stuff about credit. I have a bunch of idiots commenting on my page, talking crazy about credit. Meanwhile, those are the same people that are broke, right? You don't take information from broke people. I don't, at least. And you can listen to a broke person if you want. And, you'll be the next broke person. So, what we're going to jump into right now is the Bill of Exchange Act, and we're going to read real quick. Read. Because a lot of you guys don't read. And so, we're going to read. So, what we're going to do is read. And let me share my screen. All right. All right. Bill of Exchange. We're not going to read that yet. We're going to we're going to talk about traveling versus driving. We're going to read that. We're going to read the Bill of Exchange Act, which I'm going to go ahead and, look up. But I've also asked ChatGPT a few things because, ChatGPT, you guys have a lot of questions that you can Google. You don't Google it. You have a lot of questions that you can ask ChatGPT, but you don't utilize it. I don't know why people don't use these technologies to their advantage, but you know, here we are, 2024. People don't use the technology. You better use it. If not, you're gonna be SOL. So, what we're gonna read, but I want to ask ChatGPT, what is the Bill of Exchange Act in the USA? Okay, we're going to read together, guys. We're going to read together. The Bill of Exchange Act in the United States refers to a legal framework governing the creation, endorsement, transfer, and payment of bills of exchange. However, there is no single Bill of Exchange Act in the US, as there are other countries like the United Kingdom. Instead, bills of exchange are primarily governed under or by Article of the Uniform Commercial Code (UCC), which deals with negotiable instruments, including promissory notes, checks, and drafts, aka Bill of Exchange. Key points: the Bill of Exchange under U.S. law. A bill of exchange is an unconditional written order from one person, the drawer, to another person, the drawee, to pay a specific sum of money to a third party, the payee, at a fixed or determined future date. Parties involved: drawer, the person who creates the bill and orders payment. Draw E, the party who is required to pay the specific amount of the bill. Pay E, the person whom the payment is made. Negotiability. Bill of exchange are negotiable instruments, means they can be transferred from one party to another, typically by endorsement. This makes them useful in trade and finance. Acceptance and payment. The drawee must accept the bill being obligated to pay. Once accepted, the bill becomes a promise to pay the sum at maturity. Endorsement. A bill of exchange can be endorsed, meaning it can be transferred from the original pay to another party, making it a flexible financial tool. Legal framework. Article 3 of UCC provides rules for handling these instruments in the U.S., covering aspects like dishonor, non-payment, presentation, acceptance, and transfer. Foreign bills, in the case of involving international transactions, additional laws and conventions, such as the Bill of Exchange Convention and international trade agreements, may apply. In summary, the U.S. Bill of Exchange Acts are regulated by the UCC rather than a specific act. They play an important role in the trade and finance, providing a formal mechanism for payment obligation between parties. All right, what is the Bill of Exchange Act? That is the Bill of Exchange Act. Refers to a legal framework concerning or governing the creation of endorsement, transferring, and the payment of bills. Payment of bill of exchange. I looked it up. I asked Google, what's the bill of exchange? A bill of exchange is a short-term negotiable instrument. It's in blue. Let's read what a negotiable instrument is. A negotiable instrument, sometimes called an instrument, is a financial document that directs payment to its holder or a named party. More specifically, a negotiable instrument must be written and signed by the maker, include unconditional promise to pay or order to pay the sum of money to the holder or a specific party, and be payable at any time or on a specific date. What's a negotiable instrument? Bank checks, promissory notes. I'm gonna grab some cash because I got some cash over here. And what does it say on it? It says notes, promissory notes, certificate of deposit, bill of exchange. A bill of exchange is a short-term negotiable instrument, is signed, unconditional written order binding one party to pay a fixed sum of money to another party on demand or at a predetermined date. A bill of exchange is sometimes called a draft or drought. The draft usually applies to domestic transactions only. The term bill of exchange may also be applied broadly to other instruments of foreign exchange. For an example, a check is a bill of exchange. Wow, good to know. So now that we've read that, let me zoom out here. All right, all right, all right. We're going to zoom up. We're going to zoom up. This is going to zoom up. This is not. So let me preference by saying this. I am not telling you to do anything. What I do is what I do, and I'm sharing with you guys what I'm doing. Like I tell you guys, I bought Bitcoin with credit cards, or I've used credit to buy Bitcoin. I didn't use really a credit card to buy Bitcoin. It's kind of, you can do that, but I don't know how you can do that, but I haven't done that. I was able to get credit to buy Bitcoin. So, some people say that's risky, and some people are brokies, and some people don't take risks. That ain't my position. I ain't telling you to do that. I'm telling you guys what I did do. So we're jumping in, and I'm just saying I'm reading, and I'm going over some things that I think you guys can benefit from. So hopefully you guys can take a hint here and read for yourself, right? Hopefully you can read for yourself. All right. I asked ChatGPT, how do I accept and transfer bills to the corporation? How do I transfer my principal balance using the Bill of Exchange Act? Break this down in a 6th grade reading level. All right. Here's a breakdown on how you can transfer your bills to a corporation and deal with your principal balance using the Bill of Exchange Act, written at a 6th grade reading level. All right. So these are the things that you need to be using ChatGPT for, right? Instead of asking people or asking, me, for an example, Don't ask me. You can ask me, but ask ChatGPT, ask Google, compare and contrast these answers, see what's going on, read for yourself. Like we just read what the Bill of Exchange was. What is a Bill of Exchange? What's the Bill of Exchange Act? You need to be looking and doing your research. And there is a real good reason why I'm telling you this and why I'm on live reading this. It's not because I'm just wanting to do this, guys. It's actually a really good reason on why you should look this stuff up. So let's continue. I digress. Zoom in here a little bit for you guys. Here's a simplified breakdown of how you can transfer bills to a corporation. All right. A, accepting the bills. A bill of exchange is like an IOU. A bill of exchange is like an IOU, just like the dollar bill. Dollar bills are promissory notes, a note to promise. There is no real money in circulation, as you guys know. The only true money lawfully right now is gold and silver, and soon, in my opinion, Bitcoin. And people are going to say, yeah, people like Peter Schiff saying Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme, and uneducated people who don't know, really about money, or just Peter Schiff just wants to talk crap about Bitcoin because he's going to get attention from Bitcoiners. So I think he does that intentionally just to get the attention. But I digress. Where one person, the drawer, asks another person, the drawee, to pay a third person, the payee, a specific amount of money at a later date. If you are the drawee, you can accept the bills by signing it. What did that just say? If you are the drawee, the drawee, the drawee, you can accept the bill by signing it. This means you're agreeing to pay the money when it's due. Transferring bills to a corporation. Once you accept the bill, you can transfer it to a corporation. You do this by endorsing the bill, which means signing it on the back and writing a note that says you're transferring the bill to the corporation. Hold on, 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 hold on. Hold on. You can accept the bill, and by simply endorsing the bill, which means signing it on the back, like you're writing a check, and this is why we're going to get into your bills, because I'll I'll see if my camera's back. We're going to talk about the bill of exchange, and we're going to talk about why your bills have a positive outlook. And the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because I want you guys to look it up yourself. And I think this can help those who are diligent and competent enough to read and find out what's going on. If you are not competent enough to find out what's going on, again, this ain't for you. This ain't for you. So it's saying, you guys, when you sign a check, when you get a check, what do you have to do? You have to sign it on the back. Isn't that right?
All right, so hopefully that doesn't mess up. When you get a check, you sign it on the back, and then you're able to cash that check, right? Yeah. So you can endorse the bill a specific way, which means signing it on the back and writing a note that says you're transferring the bill to the corporation. After endorsing it, the corporation is now responsible for the bill and can collect payment or pay it off. After endorsing it, the corporation is now responsible for the bill and can collect payment or pay it off. So you're saying that if I endorse it a specific way based on the law and the fact of the bill of exchange, if I do this a certain way, the corporation is now responsible for the bill. I'm not making this up. I asked ChatGPT how I'm able to utilize the Bill of Exchange Act to pay a bill or to pay a corporation, which is, you know, the bill, right? The bill comes from the corporation. So if you're reading this and it says after endorsing it, the corporation is now responsible for the bill and can collect payment off of it, then you should definitely be looking into the Bill of Exchange Act and be reading more into this. So Transferring your principal balance. Your principal balance is the balance that you owe without any interest. To transfer this to a corporation, you can create a bill of exchange that covers the amount of your principal balance. Once the corporation accepts the bills, they take over responsibility for paying it. Using the Bill of Exchange Act, the law helps to make sure everything is clear and legal when transferring bills. It gives rules about how to create, accept, and transfer bills so everyone knows who's responsible for paying, accepting a bill, agreeing to pay, endorsing the bill, passing the bill to a corporation. Transferring the principal balance equals making the corporation takes on what you owe. In short, transferring the principal balance, which is why I said, how do I transfer my principal balance? Right? Transferring the principal balance is making the corporation take on what you owe. Passing the bill by endorsing it to a corporation. Now, again, this is not something I made up. This is something that ChatGPT and the Bill of Exchange has. It's a law, right? It's something that's already been introduced. And what I want you guys to do is to take time. And after this live, you're going to need to go read. You're going to need to look this stuff up. And you're going to need to ask ChatGPT yourself. And you're going to need to figure out what I'm talking about. Because if not, I don't know what to tell you. So let's jump into the Bill of Exchange, right? Give me 1 second, actually. 1 second. 1 second, guys.
Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Riding with country bass, country bass. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Riding with country bass, country bass. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Riding with country bass, country bass. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Riding with country bass, country bass. Yeah, I'm stacking them, yeah, yeah. Riding with country bass, country bass.
All right, cool. Before we continue, let's look at this bill because I think this is very important when we look into this. It is very important that we look into this. Right. This is a credit card bill. This is a credit card bill from Capital One. There are other people that go over this information. So, you can look up Mansa 88888. There's Brandon Williams. There is, those are the only two people that I really follow and listen to. I'm sure there's other people online that talk about the Bill of Exchange and how to endorse and all that stuff. So look this up though. Look this up for on your own. But going over again this particular opportunity, and this is a bill, right? The bill is to capital, but this is a bill. But why does it look like have you guys ever thought about? So a lot of us have auto pay, and we take the route to save trees, and we get our bills. We don't get our bills in the mail. Do you ever think about why they make you do, or they want you to do, um, auto pay and not to receive your check in the mail or your bill in the mail? I said check because this is a check, guys. This looks like a check. Not only that it looks like a check, there's actually, if I can find the oh my god, if I can find the water bill, I posted on my IG yesterday. Let me see if it's still up. Let me see if it's still up. Probably not. Nope, it's not. But I think I can go to, what can I do? I can go to history, right? I can see archive, stories, and I can do yesterday, right? Because yesterday was the 7th. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, I'm gonna cover up this information, but I want you guys to look at this bill that we got, right? And on the bill, you have your dot dot dot. You have your dotted line here, and that allows you to rip this off. Now, this is actually called a coupon, and what's crazy is when you turn in a coupon at the store when you're buying something, it's redeemable as cash, right? But look at this, guys. I think we need to understand what's going on. If you owe something, then it should be in the negative. Why is this a positive? Also, why is there an account number? And why does this look like a check? Check, check, check. Bill of Exchange Act, UCC, Article 3. Google it. So, that was in my story on IG yesterday. I highly recommend, if you don't follow me on IG, make sure you head over to IG. It's at official Bitcoin Chris. So that was the electric bill. The electric bill, they say to rip this off, and for the specific electric bill, the electric bill does state that it is a coupon. Now they're not going to all say coupon on all your bills are not going to say coupon on it, but for that particular electric bill, it said coupon on it. And we have to like you have to like think about it. Like why does it say coupon? Why does it say coupon when a coupon is redeemable as cash, right? Or when you go to the store and you have a coupon, then you're able to get money off of a specific item. So you got to like think about these things and the terminology on these things. So that's that. And then it has the account. Then there's like, but the reason why I'm saying these things is because look at this, guys. The reason why I say it's a check is because A, it is a check. It is a check. That's why I'm calling it a check, because it is a check. They allow you to rip it off. You can fold it along that line there, and then you can rip it off. There are routing numbers. I know it's kind of hard to see. I'm sorry. There it is. There is routing numbers and account numbers, just like on a check, which is crazy. And I read it in the back. I didn't even read this. I did read it, but I didn't read it. I didn't even see this. It says number 4 on here: sending mail payments to the address on the front of the statement with the payment coupon. It says payment coupon. Go print out your own bill. Like, don't even listen to me. Like I said, go look at your own bills. You need to look at your own bills. On the back of this, it says payment coupon. It literally says payment coupon. So, as we just read, from the Bill of Exchange Act, let's go back. Go back now. Go back. If you endorse it the correct way, you're able to transfer the principal, which is the amount that you owe, without any interest. And you can transfer it to a corporation, and it covers the amount of your principal balance. Once the corporation accepts it, they take over the responsibility for paying for it. But you have to take Chat GPT with not with a grain of salt, but you have to understand this is a programmed language, and you have to understand that they're not going to give you legal advice. They're not going to give you definites. They're just going to give you a basic summary of how you can do some things. So I said, all right, hey. All right, cool. If I endorse this the right way, this bill now becomes a check. Why? Because that's the Bill of Exchange. That's what it says. Food for thought there. Continue to look this up. Balance is 540. Minimum payment due 100. And so you're supposed to endorse this the correct way and send it in, right? And then you have to understand that they're not just going to lay down and have you pay your bills that way when you've been paying bills the same way all the time. These are trillion-dollar companies, multi-billion-dollar companies, right? That make money off of you taking your social security number, which is the application, and taking that security and selling it on the market and making money. I'm sure you guys have heard about mortgage-backed securities. Like the application is your social security. I've tweeted this many times. Your social security is the credit card, and without you, you are the creditor. The banks are the borrowers. I've also looked that up and showed you guys that as well. Banks are the borrowers. 12 USC 1431. Powers and duties of the bank. Borrowing money. Very first line. They are the borrowers. They have flipped it to make you think you are the borrower, but you're not the borrower. You're the creditor, and the banks are the borrowers. So you have to decipher and figure out. A lot of this stuff is going to take a lot of time, and it's going to shatter your brain, and you're going to be like, nah, I'm going to continue to think the way that I've been thinking, and that's not going to get you to the next level. So I'm only providing you information so you can read yourself and look it up yourself and look at these things yourself. And when you start to look at your electric bill and you start to look at your credit card bill and you have it on autopilot or auto pay and paperless statements, that's what it is. Why do you think they want you to have paperless statements all the time? Because they don't want you to have the bill so you can turn it into the bill of exchange and create it and transfer it back to the corporation. And again, they're not just going to lay down and let you do that, right? They're probably going to give you some pushback. They're probably going to try you, right? They're going to stand on business and say, all right, well, let's see how much this person actually really knows, right? Are you willing to take them through litigation? Are you willing to sue, right? Because why would you sue? Because the law says that you're able to do so. So why wouldn't they accept it, right? Why would they not accept the bill of exchange if it's lawful money and they're able to, and the law says that they're supposed to, right? Just like that's like saying our cop pulls you over, you're in the passenger seat, and they ask for your ID, but you don't know your rights. So you give them your ID, but you don't have to give them your ID because you're a passenger or you're a guest. It depends on your terminology. You need to understand these things. Vocabulary is very important, and a lot of the words that we use in everyday life is different in finance. In financial industry, there's different words. There's equity. There's interest. There's different words that we don't use every day unless you're in that industry. So you need to understand the language and the lingo. But I'm saying these things is because just because you understand the law, if you don't know how to, press the situation or sue or take them to litigation and stand on business and stand on your rights, then they're going to continue to trample over you and trample over your rights. That's why I like the First Amendment auditors because, they go into public places, government places, and they exercise their rights, and there's always somebody trying to tell them what they can't do. And if they were scared and then they weren't standing on business and standing on the right, if they didn't know their rights, then they wouldn't be able to exercise those rights. So when somebody tries to tell you something, like we know that Bitcoin's 21 million, right? There's only 21 million Bitcoin ever going to be created. We understand scarcity, but that's like somebody trying to come to us and tell us that the dollar is better than Bitcoin. It's like, or gold is better than Bitcoin, and we're like, you can't tell us nothing because we already know, right? We understand. We understand the law. We understand the law of Bitcoin. We understand the law of you know supply and demand. We understand the law of or just the facts, right? That they can always find more gold, right? There's tons of gold in Africa. There's tons of rare copper and all these crazy materials in the Congolese, all that stuff, right? So we understand that they're always going to be able to make more of those things and find more of those things, but they're not going to be able to always find more and make more Bitcoin. Only 21 million. So when you understand these things, can't nobody tell you nothing, right? So I say that to say, if you don't know your rights and the cop violates you, which happens all the time, and you don't know your rights, then guess what? You're going to get trampled over and they're going to take advantage of you every single time. It doesn't change. But if you stand on business and you know the law and you can sue, right, by building your case and you can take it to the next level and make sure that they are upholding your standards. I've always said this as well. Like, we need to understand that the camera is not on me.
We need to understand that just because we need to understand that just because they are going to just because they take advantage of the opportunity and the law says one thing doesn't mean they're going to do the right thing. These banks take advantage of us every day. They do illegal things all the time, every day, and until you take them up through there to the court system, they're going to continue to do it, right? So I say that to say this: learn and stand on your rights. And once you understand your rights, can't nobody tell you anything. Okay. Break down transferring the principal balance step by step using the bill from Verizon. I created and I asked ChatGPT, okay, well, break down transferring the principal balance step by step to the bill from Verizon, because if I all I have to do is endorse it the right way, then how do I endorse it the right way step by step so I can send this off and not have to pay a bill, pay my bills? And I'm not saying not to pay your bills, because people are gonna be like, oh, you don't want to pay your bills. Like, okay, well, the bills were already prepaid. Bills are already prepaid. Why are you saying bills are already prepaid? Bills are prepaid. Bills are prepaid. Prepaid. The U.S. has already paid. I don't even remember the code. I already posted all this stuff. All this stuff is just so much. I don't even remember the code, and I don't want to spend too much time looking for the code. Okay, all the bills are already prepaid. The debts are owed to the debts are to be paid by the United States. All debts are paid by the United States. Let's see if that pulls it up. Will that pull it up? What U.S. code is that? The faith of the United States government is pledged to pay in legal tender principal and interest on obligations of the U.S. government issued under this chapter. The Secretary of Treasury shall pay interest due accrued on the public debt as Secretary considers expedient. I don't even know where it is. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. I posted it. I just don't even remember the code. Where is it? I'll find it. I'll find it later on and I'll post it. I've already posted it on Twitter, but I'll find it later on and post it. Let's continue. Here's a step-by-step breakdown of transferring the principal balance, which is your bill, using Verizon the balance that you owe, which is the principal balance, right? Using Verizon wireless bill written in a simple way. Get your Verizon bill. Obtain the bill that shows the amount you owe. This is your principal balance. That's what I just said. Create a bill of exchange. You can do a new document, but I asked ChatGPT, why do I need a new document? Can't I sign and endorse the bill sent to me and send it back? So you see, I'm having a conversation with ChatGPT because I'm trying to understand how this works, right? And it said, hey, you can write a new document called a bill of exchange. This document should state principles balance. So you can create a document and do this. But I said, hey, why do I need a new document? Can't I just sign and endorse the bill sent to me and send it back? And they said, yes, you can use the original bill sent to you, such as your Verizon bill, without creating a new document. Here's how you can do it. Ensure the bill is for your principal balance you want to transfer. Endorse the bill. On the back of the bill, sign your name. And you need to sign it, and you need to sign in a specific way. You need to do your last name hyphen middle name semicolon. No, it's your first name hyphen middle name semicolon last name, and then you need to put without prejudice. I'm not here to jump into and tell you guys what without prejudice means. You need to look it up. Look it up. Again, this is all stuff that I learned when you become a national and you become, you have to take time and learn this stuff, guys. I'm just trying to open your mind up and help you guys understand that, hey, you know, you need to understand that, hey, there's things out here that you don't know, and you don't know that you don't know, but I'm telling you that you don't know, and you need to read this stuff so that way that you know. On the back of the bill, sign your name. This shows that you're transferring the bill to the corporation when you endorse it. What does endorsing mean? We already read that up here. What does endorsement mean, guys? Let's go back up here. Endorsing, passing the bill to the corporation by endorsing it. So I'm asking ChatGPT, how do I endorse it, and or how do I do the step by step? And why do I need a new document to do it? Because they said that, or ChatGPT said that I can create a new document and do it. I was like, okay, well, I don't want to create a new document. Can I just use the bill that they gave me? And ChatGPT said, yes, you can use the original bill they sent you. So you endorse it the correct way on the back. This shows that you're transferring bill to the corporation. Write a note that says pay the amount to Verizon. This indicates that the corporation is now responsible for the bill. Pay this amount to Verizon. And then I was telling someone that, hey, you have to understand, there's your business, excuse me, and then you have a corporation, right? Okay, cool. Make sure you guys are still there. Make sure you guys are still with me, right? So for an example, right, there's Viacom, I think, owns like a bunch of different, like, that's the corporation, right? Or for an example, Disney owns Fox News, I think, and Disney owns ESPN. So, those would be the company or the business, and then the corporation would be, Disney or whatever it is, right? Because there's different who owns, let's look it up. Who owns ESPN? Walt Disney. Who what corporation owns everything? That's BlackRock. What corporation owns Disney? Let's look and see if I was right about that or not. So, based on my understanding, I could be incorrect. Yeah, assets owned by Disney company. Disney is the corporation. Yeah, see, Walt Disney Corporation, or their properties. So, Disney is the corporation. Walt Disney is the corporation. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but what I'm trying to say is they own other things under Disney. So Disney would be like your holding company, your holding corporation, and then you have Disney, as you can see here. You have ESPN, as you can see here. They own Marvel. They own all Lucasfilms. We all know they bought Star Wars and stuff. So they bought all that, right? And look at this, Pixar. They ABC. So the corporation would be, you know, Disney, if I'm not mistaken, or whoever owns Disney or whatever the name is, right? But then you have the business, um, the businesses that they own, or corporate, or I guess it can be called corporations as well. The overall companies. It's just crazy to see how this is all playing out, right? Because Disney owns XYZ, A B C D E F G 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. So it just helps you understand things a little bit better, and I think that it helped me like conceptualize this in a certain type of way. Maybe I'm overthinking it or not, but it's just, you have to understand that these corporations own a lot of different businesses and own other corporations as well. So just keep that in mind. All right, so send the bill to the corporation. Give the endorsed bill to the corporation. They will then take over the responsibility to pay Verizon. So who owns Verizon? That's what we need to look up. Who is the owner? Who is the corporation? What is the corporation? And I can ask ChatGPT this, but we're looking at other things on ChatGPT. What is the corporation that owns Verizon? Owned by itself. Okay. Okay, so it would be Verizon. Okay. I thought it might have been under a different umbrella, but that's okay. All right, to the corporation. So they would be pretty much paying themselves, right? They have to pay it, right? Notify Verizon, inform Verizon that you have transferred the bill to the corporation. They may need to provide a copy of the endorsed bill and let them know that the corporation will handle it. By endorsing the bill, you are making it clear that the corporation is now responsible for paying it. By endorsing the original bill, you are making it clear that the corporation is now responsible for paying it. By endorsing the original bill, which is what? I hope this is like starting to get you thinking, right? Because it got me thinking about a lot of things, and I'm like, wait a minute. If you owe something, it should be in the negative. So why is it a positive number? When you have a bank account and you overdraft or you don't have enough money, then it's a negative account. So when you get a bill, why isn't it negative? Why is it positive? Why is there not a minus in front of this balance? It makes you think about things. And to endorse the bill means you're signing it a specific way, and that means you're passing the bill to the corporation. Let's scroll back down. Okay, so I was just asking a bunch of different questions here. Um, I asked ChatGPT this as well. Very important. How does the bill of exchange allow for payments and ensure that we are no longer responsible for debt slash payments? Here's how the bill of exchange works in terms of payments and ensuring you're no longer responsible for the debt. So again, I'm not making this up. If you don't read and you don't understand and you're not asking better questions to get your questions answered, which is ChatGPT is only going to be as smart as you. You're only going to get the answers and get as far as your thinking is going to allow you. You need to ask better questions. You see the kind of questions that I'm asking ChatGPT? I'm asking ChatGPT to make sure that I understand. I'm like, okay, well, how does the bill of exchange allow for payments, guys? How is this even possible? And ensure that we're no longer responsible for this. How? Like, how? I need to know how. Okay, here's how a bill of exchange works in terms of payments and ensuring you're no longer responsible for the debt. Creating a bill. Bill of exchange is a written order from one party to another. Accepting, we already talked about that. Accepting the bill. Endorsing it. You can endorse the bill by signing it and writing instructions to transfer the responsibility to another party, like in a corporation, like a corporation, like a corporation. Endorsing the bill means you're transferring your obligation to pay to the corporation. The corporation then becomes the party responsible for ensuring the bill is paid. The corporation then becomes the party responsible for ensuring your bill is paid. This is crazy. Proof of payment. When Verizon receives and processes the bill of exchange, they acknowledge that they will be paid the amount due by the corporation. You should keep documentation, of course. And this said something about money or I'm paying and something like the corporation because it said corporation and I didn't know who owned Verizon because I assumed it was another corporation. So I said the corporation is Verizon. Where's the money coming from? Not me. I'm not paying the bills with cash because it says something about paying the bills with cash in here or saying something along those lines. So I was like, yo, I need to clarify this. And it just basically explained that they're going to pay themselves, right? Um, and then I said, okay, you need to create instructions, right? You need to create instructions on what to do, right? And then you can't just call and be like, yo, I sent it. You can't just call like the $10 to $15 an hour call center rep and tell them that you sent in an endorsed bill. They're not going to know nothing. Just like how you didn't know nothing about the bill of exchange and endorsing bills until this conversation, or maybe you have, maybe you haven't. The average person is not hearing this and don't know what I'm talking about. And there's probably like yeah, okay, but I'm not making this up. I'm reading from the Bill of Exchange Act, and I'm asking Chat GPT based on the Bill of Exchange Act, how is this even possible? And so it makes it a lot easier for you to do research and to look into what I'm talking about by asking the right questions. So we're going to continue. And I said, give me clear instructions for Verizon that I can send with my endorsed bill. Make it thorough. Include instructions that will allow them to do this every month on my account, so it's automatically done each month. And to be honest with you, I'm giving you guys some crazy game right now. So trust me, if you're going to do this, be prepared to take him through litigation or sue. And if you don't know how to sue, and I'm not telling you not to pay your bills, and I'm not telling you what to do, I'm telling you guys what I'm doing and what I'm looking into, and then you can do your own due diligence, do your own research, and then you can try to figure out why is it that the bill comes in a way that we can take it off. Why is it called a coupon? Why is it in the positive? Why is the Bill of Exchange saying, and it's a law that says that we can sign this and send it back and they're responsible for it? So you need to be asking yourself these questions. Don't be asking me and don't be asking yourself because you didn't know any of this stuff until I started talking about it. So you need to just do some research, right? So I'm asking ChatGPT, give me instructions on how I can instruct them to do so and all that stuff. So they're breaking it down, and then I asked another thing on here that I want to see if I can find. Let me see if I can find it, or I can just ask it now. Let me see. What did I say here? What did I say here? I think I might have asked it on a different. Oh, I'm zoomed in. That's why. Okay. Bill of Exchange Act UCC. Is this what I was looking at? Let me see if I can do it. Nope. Let me just ask ChatGPT. I don't want y'all to get too much sauce and be trying to do something crazy. I'm just trying to go over the outline and give you guys an idea and start to get your get your muscles, your brain muscles thinking, so you can start to read and start to look into this yourself and try to see what's going on and how you can like I said, looking and taking advantage of the information that I'm providing for you. I'm not trying to do anything illegal. Obviously, it's illegal. We're gonna have a you know you're going to have to learn the law, and learning the law doesn't make you an attorney or whatever, or a prosecutor or defendant. You should know the law off rip anyway, right? And I just be looking up mad stuff, and I highly recommend you look it up as well. I think I asked, I don't know why it doesn't show on here, or maybe I asked it a few times. I don't see it on here though. I'm going to say create a create a instruction template. Create instructions and cite the Bill of Exchange Act that the law provides clear, which it already says up above clear. It's clearly something that is done all the time anyway, but provides clear. See, you got to think, right? You got to think. You're like, man, how do I ask ChatGPT these questions? That's why I'll be sitting here. I'm like, yo, how do I ask the question in a way that makes this? It's just like how you ask the right question, right? By asking and by thinking, right? And you just got to sit here and think. All right, create create instructions and cite the Bill of Exchange Act that the law provides clear. Was it instructions or clear? A clear framework is what it said earlier in the here up above, right? I can scroll up, I guess, because we asked what the Bill of Exchange Act is. And they said it's a legal framework, basically, in the summary. I feel like it doesn't bring up all. I know I asked. I had to have asked this something else. All right. Anyways, clear legal framework, legal framework that says this is legal and lawful to do, and if they don't, we will sue and will get damages. We will sue and we will sue for damages. Provide case law and law to support my claims. Cite them and cite them and cite them and stand on business. Cite them. All right, cool. Let's just do that. Let's just do that. Just for an example. Here's a letter with instructions for Verizon citing the Bill of Exchange Act and legal precedents to support your claims, including warning of potential legal actions if they fail to comply. You feel me? You see, just by asking the right questions and asking ChatGPT to do the right thing. Let me make sure you guys can see me because I know my camera backing up. Okay, camera good. Camera good. So we're not going to read all this. Bill of Exchange legal framework is enclosed in the Bill of Exchange. Our current about your bill has been properly endorsed. Verizon, they were legally obligated to pay me from Verizon, as stipulated the Bill of Exchange Act 1882, United States, United Kingdom. And then also, that's another thing. The bar card. You guys know what the bar card is? No. BAR. And there is a reason why I'm looking up the bar card is, or I want you guys to understand about the bar card is because BAR is the British. It's a British. Where's it at? British Accreditation Regency. Why is it the bar card? BAR. When you're a lawyer, you get a bar card. But we're in the United States. So what does the United States have to do with British? And why is British all the way like what does that have to do with like what's going on in the United States? This is like I said, this is a lot of things that I've you learn about. You like this shit don't make no sense. Why is there a bar card, British accreditation system, but we're in the United States? So what's the link here between, UK and the US? Right? It makes you just think. I'm just saying that to say, just because this says UK and United Kingdom, there's a link between the US and the UK. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but look it up and just do some deep diving. But even though this says the UK, we have our own obviously here in the United States. So, and again, UCC, I think it was 3 was the correct universal the uniform code. So, with that being said, the Bill of Exchange provides clear framework for the lawful creation, acceptance, and enforcement of such instruments. Section 3 defines Bill of Exchange, conditional order. Section 28, once the bill has been accepted. Section 54 allows the transfer of a bill to a drawer. So Black's Law definition, an agreement. So, automatic reoccurring payments. Hey, I don't want to have to do this every single month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a set it up automatically. Cool. Failure to comply and legal consequences. So if Verizon refuses or fails to accept and process the bill of exchange, you will be in violation of the Bill of Exchange Act and other applicable laws. Should this occur, I will pursue legal action and seek damages. Woo! Y'all need to learn how to write. Y'all need to get y'all pen game right? The pen is minding the sword, because once you understand these things, you can, because you calling up there screaming and talking to the $15 an hour, because you know how these people be, this top people that be security officers, for example, they be taking their job way too serious. Top flight security in the world, Craig, and they be acting like they be ready to die for the job, and that can never be me. If you love your job, cool, but chill. Right? Those people that take their job too serious. chill, right? So you're on the phone talking to, the $15 an hour, and there's nothing wrong with you making $15 an hour. I'm not saying anything about the pay or anybody working. If that's your prerogative, that's your prerogative. But they're not going to understand this. So that's why I'm saying you need to learn this stuff, and everything needs to be sent in writing, and you need to send it certified mail, and you need to have copies, and you need to create a case and have your documents, because once you do get to the next level, and if you do need to sue, you have proof. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And if you don't have documents, you don't have your proof that you sent it, you don't have a certified mail, you don't have, you know, your copies of your endorsed bill. If you don't have anything, then your case is not going to stand, right? And they're going to continue to get off on you. And it doesn't matter who it's from, right? It doesn't matter if it's Verizon, Capital One, your electric bill, your water bill. So I'm dropping some game. I hope you picking up what I'm putting down. Let's continue. Case law and legal precedents. This is not me saying this. This is case law, and this is why I asked. See, you have to get specific with what you're asking ChatGPT. You guys be asking ChatGPT. Most of you guys don't even ask ChatGPT shit, but you need to ask it the right way, and you're only going to be able to get the answers. ChatGPT is only as good as its user. So if you're dumb and you're asking dumbass questions, you're going to get dumbass responses. But if you're high frequency, you're looking at it from a different perspective. You're like, okay, how can I use this to my advantage? Okay, well, I'm not too well versed in the legal aspect of things, but let me ask ChatGPT help me, draft a complaint. Help me draft a conditional acceptance. Help me draft a, claim and notice of you know, whatever, right? Whatever it is that you want to do, right? But ask it, and ask it the right way. I said to provide case law. And if it provides case law, that means it's already been done. So now we're going to read the case law. Harrison versus Nickerson. Go look this up yourself. Establishes that the principle that was writ that when an offer is accepted and an agreement is made, the parties are bound by the terms. Bank of England. Ooh, we got the Bank of England. Ooh, we got Lomax versus Peacock. Confirmed that the drawee's legal duty to pay the amount specified on the bill of exchange were presented properly and endorsed. Let's look up this one. Let's look this one up. Peacock versus Lomax versus Peacock. Is this in the U.S.? I don't even know how to look up. I don't even know how to look up law cases like that. Motion to dismiss, motion. There's plaintiff, defendant. What's a plaintiff? Plaintiff is the person creating the complaint or starting. You're the one that's creating 555. You're the one making the claim. Defendant is the person that you're accusing of doing something, right? You need to know about all this stuff, right? It's not really that hard to learn. Injunction. I don't even know what an injunction is. You need to look that up. You guys need to look up bonds. You need to look up securities. We need to look up all this stuff. We need to learn all this stuff. SEC, the security, it changed. So, and that's another thing. Once you understand that anything dealing with your social security, we don't even be thinking about shit. Like, because even I be finding myself when I be hearing these things from Mansa and Brandon, I'm like, especially Mansa, because he be breaking it down in a way that I can understand. He'd be like, yo, he says Social Security. Social Security. I'm like, okay, Social Security. I'm like, hold up. SEC is Security and Exchange Commission. So it's like, dang, security, Social Security. You start to piece these things together and you start thinking, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So you got to start thinking outside the box. In the event that Verizon does not comply, I will seek legal redress. What is your right to redress? See, these are all things that we need to look into. Remedy or set right, redress. Remedy or set right, redress. What did I say? Injunction? What is injunction in court? An injunction, sometimes refers as a restraining order, is a court order that tells one person to stay away from another and not to contact the other person. Injunction. There we go. See, even if I don't know something, guess what? What did I just do? I looked it up. Some of y'all can't even do that. Y'all be super. All these smartphones and all these dumb people. They be killing me. Breach of contract. Failing to comply and failing to accept the bill of exchange constitutes a breach of contract under the Bill of Exchange Act. So them failing to accept your bill of exchange when you endorse it the correct way is a breach of contract. Under what? The Bill of Exchange. So, you know, I'm learning this as well, but I wanted to share information because I'm always the type to share information. I'm always this type to, drop little nuggets here and there or drop little gems here and there so that way you can do your own due diligence and do your own research. I'm not going to tell you what to do ever, except for I do tell you to fix your credit. I do tell you to buy some Bitcoin. That's the only thing I'm really going to be able to tell you that I think is going to benefit you long term. But I think this information is very pivotal and very important. And case law is very, very important as well. And also the supremacy clause. So for you guys that don't know what the supremacy clause is, you guys need to be. I hope you guys are taking notes. The supremacy clause, and if you're not taking notes, save the video, like the video, subscribe, and watch it later on. The supremacy clause of the United States Constitution says that the federal laws and treaties are the supreme law of the land and take precedence over state laws that conflict with them. So that means what the federal law says goes. Okay? Federal law trumps state law. Period. So, supremacy clause, and that leads me into the next thing. So that's enough. Let me end that. Let me end that joint. So that's the Bill of Exchange. We want to talk about that. We're going to now jump into a little bit about the supremacy clause, and I see people online talking about traveling versus driving, or what do they say? I'm not even sure what they be saying. We're gonna look it up. I'm gonna just show you guys because I don't like to talk about it. I like to be about it. I love this camera. Why you keep messing up? Why you keep messing up? My lens, it looks so good. It looks so good, but it keep messing up. Crazy. All right. All right. So I say that we're digressing into let me go back. Let me come back to y'all. Let me come back to y'all. Okay. I be getting distracted. Sorry. So we talked about the Bill of Exchange Act, which I encourage you to read. You need to read the Constitution as well, of course, because a lot of you guys are not familiar with your rights in the Constitution. You need to look up your rights and stand on business. That's what we would say. And you trying to stand on your rights, guys. There's always going to be somebody trying to impede on your rights. And if you don't stand up for your rights, then who is? So we learned a little bit about the Bill of Exchange Act. We learned that you can endorse a bill and send it back. And if you endorse it the correct way, then the corporation then becomes responsible for the bill. So that means that you really don't have to pay bills? Question mark, question mark, question mark. If that's the case, I would read and look and see how you can do this. And again, I'm not telling you not to pay your bills. I'm telling you to read and look it up for yourself, and then you can decide on what you should possibly be doing moving forward. You should be looking at your bills. You should be reading your bills. You should be reading your contracts. And if you don't, that's on you. All right. So we're going to jump now into the supremacy clause. And, I see some people online talking about, um, they're talking crazy and they're confusing this term called national. It's called sovereign citizen, which is an oxymoron. And I hope you guys don't think that I'm anything like that or talking about anything like that. That's not what I'm talking about or referring to when I call myself a national. Your national is your nationality, and your nationality is the state that you were born in. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, go look it up. Floridians, are you're born in Florida, you're a Floridian. You're born in Texas, you're called a Texan. All right, go ask these Texas people if they consider themselves a United States citizen or a Texan. They're going to say I'm a Texan, and that's right. That's your nationality, and you should be a U.S. national because when you're a U.S. citizen, you don't have no rights. They give you privileges, and once you don't have, and this jumps into what I'm talking about right now. What I'm about to jump into, you don't have a you're driving and traveling is your right, and driver's license is a privilege, which is why they can take that shit away from you because you're a U.S. citizen and you're under the jurisdiction. So that's going to jump into what we're talking about next. Right, right. You don't need a license to drive, and whoever told you that don't know what they talking about. And if you don't think I don't know what I'm talking about, we gonna look it up right now. We're gonna look it up right now. Cause y'all act like I say things, and that's one thing y'all should know about me by now. If I don't know something, I'm gonna tell you I don't know, and I'm gonna tell you I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and try to, sugarcoat or, BS and, lie my way through something. No, I don't. If I don't know, I don't know. But I know what I'm talking about. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to Google Supreme Court ruled in favor of travelers. You don't need a license to travel. Why? Because it's your right to travel. You don't need a license to carry a firearm. It is your right to bear arms. Like y'all don't even you have a right to face your accuser. You have the right to freedom of speech. But if you're a US citizen, they can take away your privileges because you're not a national and you're under their jurisdiction. This is why y'all be getting in trouble when y'all go out and try to protest and they, take y'all up through there. This is why if you get in trouble, you know, they can do whatever they want with you because you're a US citizen and not a national. It is what it is. However, let's continue because all I did was type into Google Supreme Court ruled in favor of traveler because you do not need a license to travel. You don't need a license plate. You don't need registration. You have the right to travel, which means you don't need to pay any corporation or any private entity for these things because it is your right. God gives you the right. You are inalienable rights. That's what you guys need to look up. So I typed it in. I digress a little bit. I be going in a little bit. So I gotta let you guys know that what I'm talking about is real. In 1958, the Supreme Court ruled on the right to travel and passport restriction in related to free speech rights. The court distinguished the right to travel abroad and the right to move freely between states. So there's going to be some idiot commenting. There's going to be some idiot saying that you need a license, saying some idiot that says you need a license plate in a what's that shit that you got to pay for every month? Registration. You got to pay $150 to register your car. Like, no, you don't. If you're a sheep, you think you do. But if you know your rights, you don't. If you're a national, you don't. If you're a U.S. citizen, then you're under their jurisdiction. And yeah, you do. Right? Yeah, you do. Because you're telling them that you're not capable of operating as the living being that you are. So let's read the next one. The Supreme Court, Shapiro versus Thompson. The Supreme Court ruled that Connecticut's one-year residency requirement for welfare recipients with unconstitutional because it neglectively affected the right to travel. That's crazy. 1 year residency for welfare respite. I'm not sure what that's about. Let's continue to read though. Justice referenced Magna Carta to say that we have the right to travel as a part of personal liberty and individuals. Right to travel is protected by the Privileges and Immunities Clause of the Constitution. The clause protects a citizen's right to enter and leave another state, be treated as a visitor in another state, be treated like a citizen in another state if they become a permanent resident. Okay, right to travel. You have the right to travel. And can't nobody tell you that you can't travel. That is crazy, right? U.S. Constitution and common law. So basically, so you need to understand these things, and basically, is if you're not committing a crime, if you don't hurt anybody, if you don't steal or do wrong, I think there's another one. You can't hurt anybody, you can't steal, and do I think it's do bad business. If you're not doing those three things, you're not committing a crime, technically, right? So look these things up because I'm not just saying these things just to say these things. You need to look it up. There it goes right here. I'm just reading here, guys. Bear with me. Right to travel, Supreme Court. Right to travel. Look at that topic. Right to travel. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different case studies here. Let's just look at a couple here. United States versus Guest. Shapiro, we already looked at that. Oregon versus Michelle. Public welfare. Kent sued in the district for declaration relief. So you see what I'm saying? They gotta you gotta sue people, man. You gotta sue to get your rights. They just gonna keep taking advantage of you until you know how to sue. So I highly recommend that you learn how to sue. You don't know how to sue? Look on YouTube. How do I sue? Go to ChatGPT. How do I sue? No excuse out here. And you need to learn the federal. You need to file a federal case, not your state cases. You need to file a federal case. This is There's the Secretary of State. This person is suing the Secretary of State. So I'm reading here that these are people that were trying to travel and or trying to renew his passport, and they took away his passport. Okay, so I guess they were taking away his passport. Let's just read. You gotta read. You gotta read to figure out what's going on. He was trying to travel to Cuba. Okay, so he's trying to travel to Cuba. They like, yo, you can't go to Cuba. You're like, hold on, bro. I can go to Cuba, bro. So I'm saying, see, the indictment alleged a single conspiracy by defendants to deprive Negro citizens. I don't know what that is, but I mean, Negro. We all know what Negro is. Citizens of the free exercise and enjoyment of several specific rights, specified rights, secure. You have several specified rights secured by the Constitution and the laws of the United States. Bro, they can't suspend your license, bro. If they do, you can still travel, bro. You suspend my license all you want. I have a right to travel. So there's gonna be idiots that say you can't travel without a license, you can't drive without a license. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. That's what the sheep say, and that's what the sheep will say, and that's what the sheep will do. I don't go by what you say. I go by the law, right? And that's why I love those First Amendment auditors, right? They always say, "Yo, we don't care about your feelings. We go by the law." And the law says, and the law says, I don't care about your feelings, but the law says. All right, cool. So this is why it's important to read the supremacy clause, right? To travel. The right to travel is a part of liberty which the citizen cannot be deprived without due process under the Fifth Amendment. Right to travel. Right to travel. Interstate travel. Let's read this right here because this is very important to read. 6 years later, the court struck down a federal ban restricting travel by communists. But the court struggled to find a way to protect national interests, such as national security, in light of these decisions. Just a year later, fashioned the rational basis test for constitutionality, a way of reconciling the rights of the individual with the interests of the state. The U.S. Supreme Court in Crandall versus Nevada, 1868, declared that freedom of movement is a fundamental right and therefore a state. How many states do we have in the United States? 50. That means a state, that means any state cannot inhibit. What's inhibit mean? Hinder, restrain, or prevent people from leaving the state by taxing them. United States versus Wheeler, 254 U.S. 281 in 1920, reinserted his position that the Constitution did not grant the federal government the power to protect freedom of movement. However, Wheeler had significant impact in other ways. For many years, the roots of the constitutional privileges and immunities clause had only vaguely been determined. In 1823, the Circuit Court, Courtfield, had provided a list of rights, some fundamental, some not, which the clause could cover. Wheeler Court dramatically changed this. It was the first time to locate the right to travel in the privileges and immune clauses. What's this? We'll read that in a second. Providing the right with a specific guarantee of constitutional protection by reasoning that the clause was derived from the fifth article or fourth article of the Article 4 of the Articles of Confederation. The decision suggests a narrower set of rights than those. I don't even know how to say that. How do you say that? enumerated in court field, but also more clearly defined as rights as absolutely fundamental. The Supreme Court began rejecting Williams' reasoning within a few years. Finally, the U.S. versus Guest Supreme overruled Chief Justice White's conclusion that the federal government could protect the right to travel only against state infringements. Not sure what that means. The Supreme Court has specifically ruled that Crandall does not imply a right to use any particular mode of travel, such as driving an automobile, and in the Pliant asks the court to void Maryland's motor vehicle statute as a violation of freedom of movement. The court found no solid foundation for the uh, appellant's argument and unanimously held that in the absence of the national legislation covering the subject, a state may. We have an alert going off on Bitcoin. Hold on. Alert. What are we doing? We dipping? We dipping or ripping? We ripping. There we go. Next target, 55,000. Told you guys high or low. I just said that. Boop, high or low. All right, that was an hour ago. All right, back to reading. Let's not get distracted. Bitcoin ain't going nowhere. All right, cool. State may rightfully prescribe uniform regulations necessary for public safety in order to respect the operation upon its highway of all motor vehicles, those moving in interstate commerce as well. U.S. Supreme Court dealing with travel case that right in the majority of the U.S. state protected these three separate aspects of right to travel. You see how they be doing things? They like, all right, cool. You have the right to travel, but we gonna do little things to try to hinder you from traveling, or make little clauses and make little okay, we'll do the what did they just say? We'll do the you got your DMV, you got your you know public safety prescribed uniform regulations. It's like, come on, bro. Uniform regulation don't trump federal law, bro. Times I gotta tell y'all. Oh, there it is. Right to travel. Article 4 of the Constitution. Freedom of movement and travel among states. Today, the provisions sometimes take it for granted. Huh. It's why, you see, you can only, this is somebody's, who said that sometimes take for granted? Who takes advantage of traveling? Right to travel, right to vote, right to privacy, right to make important decisions for one's health care or body. All right, cool. So it's enough reading for today, okay? You guys go read on your own, okay? Just wanted to hop on here and drop some gems and make sure that you guys understand that, hey, you guys can continue to do what you've been doing, or you guys can take it to the next level. and read and find out what's going on with your rights and find out why they keep trying you and why you getting keep getting why you have to keep getting permission to do things that you are rightfully able to do. Like, it's your right to do these things. So why are you needing a license to travel if it's your right to travel? Hmm. Just food for thought here, guys. Food for thought. I keep trying to fix this other camera, but it keeps acting up, and I don't know why. It's absolutely ridiculous. And this has never happened. They don't want me dropping They don't want me dropping game for you guys. They're like, all right, man, he about to drop game. We gotta mess up his camera. We gotta mess up his camera, man. We gotta mess up his camera, man. We gotta mess up that camera, man. So, with that being said, we went over a lot, but at the same time, we didn't go over. Oh my God, it's almost been 2 hours. Wow, I've been on live for 2 hours, dropping gems and reading. So, the point of this is for you to read. I hate this camera. Look, see what I mean? Dropping gems is what they do to you. It's what they do to you guys. You drop gems, they like, all right, we gonna take the camera off. We gonna take the camera off. Ah, what are you doing? I don't know why. See, this is crazy. This never happens, guys. This is crazy. That never happens. I swear it's never happened before. And I've been streaming on this phone for ever, and that never happens. So that should let you know everything that you need to know. Okay, so Bill of Exchange Act. We went over that. Went over freedom and right to travel, and the rights, your Constitution, the Federal Reserve Act. You guys need to read that. You need to read the Bill of Exchange. You need to read the Constitution. You need to read your bill. You need to learn how to endorse your bill. Endorse your bills because it's a positive number here, not a negative number. And if you owe something, it should be negative. Just like when you owe money at your bank account, it's in the negative. It's not in the positive. You need to stack your Bitcoin and chill. Bitcoin tatted. I got no fear. It's great to see people that I've told to buy Bitcoin over the years finally come around and be an advocate for Bitcoin. And you know it is what it is. I'm glad. I'm happy, and hopefully more people can get on the train, and stack more Bitcoin and chill, and stop worrying about things that don't matter, and stop complaining about things that you got no control over, and stop worrying about petty low level frequency vibrational things like race and you know um, all this other stupid stuff that really don't matter. Um, and I'm not going to dive into that, of course, today. But I've already talked about a lot of this stuff in previous lives. So make sure you hit that like, share, subscribe. Shout out to everybody watching. Head over to swanbitcoin.com/Bitcoin Chris. Link is in the description. Also, all the links and all the services that I provide, link is in the bio and my link tree. Make sure you head over to bitcoin-fiatdad.com and get your merchandise if you haven't, and also pre-order my new book. If you guys are interested in credit restoration, credit repair, we offer that as a service to those who are looking to leverage their credit and to make money, or to travel for free, or to use the system to your advantage while you are here in the United States operating in the fiat and debt based society. So we have our merch. Pre-order my new book here. Boom. Go to merch, get your hoodies. We're coming up on winter time, so make sure you get your beautiful big B embroidery Bitcoin hoodies. Beautiful. These are premium hoodies and not no cheap hoodies, guys. So make sure you guys order your hoodies. Make sure you follow me on IG, Chris Knight, official Bitcoin Chris, TikTok official Bitcoin Chris, TikTok and IG. It's the same. YouTube is @ Bitcoin Chris. Twitter is Chris9407 because somebody has Bitcoin Chris, but he don't even use his damn username. Look at this guy. We got a bunch of liquidations on shorts at 55. We have $8 million in shorts liquidated at 55 to 59. Yo, what's going on? Uh, no, we're not trying to log in. Yeah, so it's this guy who has this name, and he don't even use his account, which is crazy. He don't even use his account, which is crazy. If you're ready, if you know better, look at that. You know how we do. You know how we do. I hope you guys are ready. Stack your Bitcoin and chill. What was I gonna say? Bitcoin.fiatdebt.com. We said fold app. Make sure you get your fold card. Oh yeah, I was saying if you guys need your credit repaired, we offer credit enhancement, credit restoration, credit repair, whatever you want to call it. Just click on credit education. We'll help you fix your credit. Of course, people. I have tons of great reviews. Jessica wanted a house. She joined the program. Sent me a DM. Was like, hey, I want to get a house. Can you help me out? I said, yeah. What's going on? She's like, I have negative items. So they need me to, up my score so I can get a loan for my house. I said, okay, join the program. It took her about probably 6 months or so. I'm not sure exactly how long it took, but she was able to buy her house. So shout out to her. Got mosquitoes flying around the crib. I wonder why. Premium Management Solutions have been a game changer for me. My credit score has soared by several hundred points, and now I'm in a position to buy a house. I'm so grateful for this program. It's worth every penny. Okay, so we've been here, been around for a while. If you need business credit, if you already have established and you already have good credit, and you want business credit, we can help you get anywhere between, uh, 100 to 250. To be honest with you. $100 to $250,000 on business credit, so you can take that money um, and invest in assets, guys. So, if not, keep working. Keep working and do things the way you've been doing it, and you let me know how that works for you. Okay. So we have an affiliate program. If you want to make some money, you can join the program to refer people, and that way you can refer clients, and we handle all the work. Dang, I didn't save. I did an update on this. I didn't save it. Where's it at? Where's my GoDaddy at? Okay, I'll do that later. Anyways, if you want to make some money by simply referring people to our credit repair program, we handle all the work. And all you have to do is join the program. We pay you every week. You can make $500 a week. That's one person a day. That's $2,000 a month extra just by referring people. And we do all the work. So if you're interested in that, that's something that we offer. We also are offering, we as in me and the team, we are offering the opportunity for you to start your own credit repair business. It does start. We're going to offer this twice a month moving forward. So we're going to do it in the beginning, probably the two middle weeks of the month. So the 2 middle weeks of the month, it'll be a week long class. It's 60% off, and it's $2,000 to learn how to create a 6-figure plus credit repair business where you don't have to do the work. You can hire a VA who's going to help VAs who can help you do all the work. We show you how to set up everything for you, marketing, um, custom letters, of course, ChatGPT, how to walk through that, ebook to sell, set up everything for you the right way, you know, the whole 9 yards of the shebang. So if you want to take a business, learn a skill, learn a business for people that are going to need your help, join the program. Not only that, Not only that, we can help you show you how to get money from Stripe, no credit check, so you can get loans from credit processing the way that I show you how to do so. We also have a VIP package where you can get one-on-one coaching from me. So that's going to be $29.99, and if you just want the regular, you know, masterclass, it's $19.99. So you can also do Carna, Kalarna. I don't even know how to say it. An afterpay, so you guys can pay over time. But if I had the opportunity, I paid way more than this to learn how to start a business, and so for you guys to get it at a discount, for you to start a business from somebody that actually owns a business and started that has their own business and has proven track record of this, then hey, if 2,000 is too much for you to make some money, I don't want you. This ain't for you, because it should be. It's normally more than this, but you guys are getting that discount. So that's that. So everything is in the link tree. If you need help with any of these things, send me a DM or join the classes coming up. We got the master class, we got the pre-order new book, we got the Boss Moves book, we got the credit repair. If you need your credit restored, just join the program. If you want to become an affiliate, send me a DM, say affiliate. Get your fold card. If you're real estate and you're looking for private money, we help you out with there. If you're going to trade, hop on Bing X. You get some money there. We have a Discord. I have a Discord on there showing you pretty much and giving you guys like the game as far as trading and the credit repair letters and everything. Do it yourself is in there. It's $50 a month if you guys are interested in joining the Discord. We have the obviously you launch your credit repair masterclass. We have a credit for freedom masterclass where you learn how to leverage your credit and get start a business based on helping people get business funding, helping people fix their credit again. You have a business program that help showing you how to use your personal credit as far as authorized users so you can make money that way. How to liquidate your cards, manufacture spend your cards, build your credit for free. So make sure you guys, hey, what's going on here? I think it's called Build Credit now. Yeah, Build hyphen credit. I need to fix that link. Build hyphen credit. Now just go on here and build your credit, guys. I give you all the sauce for free, and people still don't want to build their credit. They still don't want to do and then they wonder why they're in the same position in their lives because they don't want to do anything. They don't want to read. They don't want to take advantage of the free information that I give them. So if I'm giving you this much free game, imagine how much more value you'll get when you pay me, right? So with that being said, this is Bitcoin Chris checking out. Hope you guys have a great Sunday. God loves you. I love you. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm sorry my camera is looking because it's usually the fancy camera here, and I don't know why it keeps acting up, but it's acting up. It keeps acting up every time. It doesn't fail. It's never done that. This is why I'm so like confused. So confused.
Anyways, you guys have any questions? I know there's a question box, and I don't even know how to access the question box. I don't even know how to read your questions or anything on here. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great Sunday. Stack your Bitcoin and chill. Been on here for 2 hours, dropping game, reading with you guys. The Bill of Exchange can really change your life. Reading these laws and standing on business can really change your life. Bitcoin can really change your life. Um, Investing can really change your life. Learning and making sure that you're investing in education can change your life. Uh, But doing the same thing that you've always been doing and expecting different results is not going to change your life. So I hope you guys have a great day, great evening, great morning, whenever you are, wherever you are tuning in. And comment the word, comment the word. What I'll do is I'll send some Bitcoin if you made it this far in the video. I'll send some Satoshis via Lightning Network. Drop your Lightning Network um, address. Just comment the word. What's the word I'm just saying? Comment the word bill. If you got this far in the video, comment the word bill. We'll send out some Satoshis for you for free. Some sats. Some zaps. Yeah, so comment the word bill, and then we will send you some Satoshis if you made it this far. Like I said, I like making long form content. I don't do the 2 second TikTok videos. I don't do the 10 second videos where you're scratching your head and you gotta watch the same video 20 times for 10 seconds and you still don't know what to do. Nah, that's not me. You know, too intelligent to be sitting down watching 10 second videos, and you guys are as well. So please, nothing wrong with TikTok, nothing wrong with watching these videos, but I don't like to create short form content. I like to create long form content so that way you can understand, read, take notes, rewind, you know, look it up yourself, and then you just have something that you can look back on. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please hit that like, share, subscribe. If you're watching on X, hit that like button, retweet or share for me. I appreciate you. If you got this far in the video, click on the comment button and leave a comment and say Bill, and I'm gonna send you some Bitcoin via Lightning Network. Make sure it's Lightning Network, because so you can get it like that. And yeah. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bitcoin is pumping. Let's check out Bitcoin real quick before we leave. Let's check out Bitcoin real quick before we leave. Oh, we get a nice wick up to the what? To the what? We didn't even hit 55.4 yet, but we did get a wick up to the 618 level. Oh, y'all be thinking I'm crazy when I draw these levels out. But I told you guys in the previous video, previous live, this is where I'm looking at for a bounce. What's the trend line coming up? Then you have the trend line coming down. You know, if you come down here, make a higher high, then head out. Who knows what's going to happen? Put your alerts on. Keep your alerts on. We got another alert here. And then, and just in case we do break below this low, then that's going to be bearish. Let me alert there. All right, cool. Bitcoin Chris checking out, Twitter, do better. Bitcoin Twitter. Don't be, don't be too emotionally invested by these tweets and people doing stupid stuff. They show us things on purpose to get you riled up, get you upset, get you pissed off. But you gotta don't let those things keep you down or let it affect you. And when you step outside in real life, it's not really like that. When you step outside and see life for real, it's not really like how they're pointing it out, of course, on Twitter. But there are obviously idiots and pockets in the country where you have a lot of stupid stuff going on. Not saying that there's not, but I'm just saying that for the most part, we Gucci should be Gucci. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm out. Bitcoin for checking out. Hit that like, subscribe. I appreciate you guys, and yeah, much love. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Yeah, I'm stacking them kids.